Bob Ranquist from Boca Rio Golf Club with an update on golf course restoration and renovation efforts after Hurricane Irma came through Boca Raton 2 weeks ago. We made very good progress this week with our storm damage cleanup efforts. Our primary concern the past 2 weeks has been to remove downed trees and broken limbs from playing areas that are covered with new Bermuda grass turf, allowing the new Bermuda grass turf to get enough sunlight to continue growing and maturing. This week, we were able to complete this task on all the holes except for number 2 and number 5. We will finish cleanup on these 2 holes by Monday or Tuesday. When finished with those 2 holes, we will begin to remove trees, limbs, and debris from the outer perimeters of native areas and other areas around the clubhouse grounds. We will also begin removing limbs that are broken or hanging in trees in a few areas on the golf course. We will have to limit the removal of downed trees and limbs in native areas to allow new turf on fairways and roughs to recover from tractor and cart traffic generated by the tree and limb removal process. Since our first priority is to get playing areas on the golf course in great condition, some of the cleanup work in native areas will probably be delayed until next summer. We want to share an overview showing how the grow-in and renovation process is coming along on the golf course. Fairways and roughs on the 12th and 13th holes were planted with latitude 36 Bermuda grass 10.5 weeks ago and are completely covered with dense turf. The 11th and 14th holes were planted 9.5 weeks ago, and only a few very small spots need to fill in. The 7th hole was planted 8.5 weeks ago, and turf grass coverage is equal to the 11th and 14th holes. Turf on the 8th hole is 7 weeks old and is 80 to 90% grown in. Turf coverage will be full in another week or 2 on number 8. Holes 15, 16, and 17 were planted 4.5 weeks ago, and turf coverage is 70 to 80%. Holes number 5 and 6 were planted 3 weeks ago, and the turf on these holes is about 60 to 70% grown in. Latitude 36 Bermuda grass was planted on holes number 1, 2, 3, and 18 2.5 weeks ago and is now 50 to 60% grown in. The latitude 36 Bermuda grass sprigs that were planted on holes at number 9, 10, and the practice range 2 weeks ago, right before Hurricane Irma struck, have quickly developed new plants that are spreading rapidly between the sprig rows. Turf coverage on these holes is already at about 40 to 50%. Tiff Grand Bermuda grass that was sprigged on the first set of 10 tees 3 weeks ago is beginning to quickly fill in, and these tees should have full coverage in another 2 to 3 weeks. New plants, shoots, and roots of Tiff Grand Bermuda grass are quickly developing on the second set of 8 tees sprigged 2 weeks ago. Full turf coverage on this set of tees should occur in the next 3 to 4 weeks. The grow-in process on greens continues to go extremely well, and all the greens should be in very good condition by early November. The last significant phase of the renovation project is placement of new sand in the bunkers. We were able to complete addition of new sand to bunkers on holes number 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 this week, and should be able to finish this task in the next 2 to 2.5 weeks. We are also working on punch list items for the contractors to complete to finish the renovation project. Drainage work, leveling sprinklers, and smoothing transition areas between sodded and sprigged areas are examples of some of the punch list items that still need to be resolved. We will continue to keep you posted on a weekly basis regarding the turf grow-in process and final steps of the renovation project. We look forward to seeing you again as you return to South Florida in the next couple of months.